Welcome back to Lost DNA. A man who took part in the six-man ladder match at WrestleMania, Matt Hardy.
And Matt Hardy will take part in King of the Ring.
Hey, it's back, huh? After 4 years, King of the Ring is back.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall approaching the ring. Colt Cabana, North Carolina, weighing in at 236 pounds, Matt Hardy. And weighing in at 222 pounds, Colt Cabana.
Gosh, Matt Hardy did not win the Money in the Bank ladder match, but he performed extremely well. He's had experience in that venue, and that should lead him into this King of the Ring.
And we'll see how well Matt Hardy will do in King of the Ring. I'm just excited that King of the Ring is back. I mean, look at past King of the Ring winners: Stone Cold Steve Austin, Edge, Triple H, Hall of Famer Bret Hart. And now we'll have a new King of the Ring, and the first match will take place this week on SmackDown. Randy Orton and Kurt Angle.
Tell you what, the fans behind Matt Hardy, and I'm trying to figure out this Colt Cabana. I can't even read the back of his outfit here. Can you spell?
There's not much to figure out about Colt Cabana. I don't like him. So there you go. He tried to big league me one time, and now Colt Cabana's going to get his teeth kicked in by Matt Hardy. You know, Matt Hardy's fired up. He'll be a part of King of the Ring.
Matt Hardy with a lot of that ladder experience, perhaps. That will come in handy. And by the way, this Colt Cabana, can this guy even spell? Look at his outfit.
He probably sewed it himself. Well, it's got to be on backwards, you know, when you're doing stuff backwards in the mirror or whatever. I have people do my stuff, Steve Romero. You know that.
I hear you. Hey, and I know how you roll. At least I know how you feel about it. You make it no secret.
I just wanted to put that out on the table.
I mean, you haven't liked me for 18 months. And probably still don't, but at least you're honest about it.
Well, you're growing on me a little bit, though.
Cabana right now trying to figure out Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy not allowing Cabana to do so.
A nice move there by Matt Hardy, hanging on to Colt Cabana, not allowing that roll through.
I'll tell you what, 4 years, King of the Ring returns. It should be outstanding. Randy Orton, Kurt Angle, first up on SmackDown.
I think it's so great by our SmackDown General Manager, Vito, bringing some history back to SmackDown, some nostalgia, if you will. The King of the Ring going to get started this week, and I cannot wait to see what happens. A huge opportunity for whoever wins the King of the Ring.
Oh, and right here, Matt Hardy taking a shot to cover, only to one. Cabana unable to take advantage of the move. I'll tell you who's going to be in 10, and that's one Kurt Angle. Lost his World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and he's going to be a man on fire.
You know, Steve Romero, we talked about the fact that Kurt Angle, as Matt Hardy's firing up on Colt Cabana. Kurt Angle didn't even have to be pinned to lose the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and that's exactly what happened. Mysterio pinned Randy Orton.
And that's got to make him mad. Kurt Angle, that is. Oh, second, Matt Hardy taking apart Colt Cabana.
And I think Matt Hardy is just one move away from putting away Colt Cabana.
The bust of the solar plexus, and Hardy. Oh, what ferocious velocity. Pardon the pun. That's it. I know that breaks your heart.
Yeah, Matt Hardy's opponent suffering a very unfortunate twist of fate. Oh, what the hell is this?
Hey. The Road Warrior, what are you doing? Coming out of nowhere.
Let's take another look. Matt Hardy's celebrating his victory.
Oh.
And like you said, the Road Warrior out of nowhere.
Well, Road Warrior's obviously upset that he was not at WrestleMania. I don't know.
Well, I don't know why the Road Warrior's taking Velocity as his venue to destruct Matt Hardy.
Well, now the cheap shot to Matt Hardy into the ring post, and then the chair shot. You can hear that one up in the rafters. Road Warrior telling Matt Hardy the party's over, and I don't know why the Furious, I don't know why everything pointed at Matt Hardy, but Road Warrior trying to make a statement.
I'll tell you what, the Road Warrior looking ferocious, coming out here taking apart Matt Hardy, but Matt Hardy needs some help. We need somebody to come out here and help out Matt Hardy.
Welcome to Heat. WrestleMania is over, but it lives lives forever because it will truly go down as one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. Welcome to Heat. Alongside the coach, I'm Todd Grisham.
I don't think I can say it any better than that. I think you said it perfectly. I may just go home.
This tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 260 pounds, Goldust.
And Coach, WrestleMania has been the theme all week. The crowd here in attendance certainly still feeling the aftershocks of what happened in Chicago, Illinois.
We knew it was going to be a big night. We knew that a lot of things were going to go down. I didn't quite frankly think John Cena would walk out still the WWE champion. And I didn't think by the end of the week we'd have new tag team champions. It wouldn't be Carlito and Chris Masters.
Introducing his tag team partner from Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 300 pounds, Snitsky. And at a combined weight of 485 pounds, the team of Brad J. and Colt Cabana.
And Coach, before we go any further, and I guess kind of go further to look back at WrestleMania and Raw and everything else, I've got to give you some breaking news to our viewers here. On WWE.com, we learned that at Backlash, this is straight from the chairman of the board's office, there will be a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. It'll be Triple H, Edge, and John Cena. What do you make of that?
Well, I think that John Cena will finally not be able to dodge any more bullets because Edge back in the title picture where he should be, and Triple H, well, you know he always should be there, so John Cena better be worried that before the end of April, his title reign will be over.
As Goldust gives a spanking here.
I mean, this is, you talk about two freaks meeting at the mines and meeting in the ring. Goldust and Snitsky together.
This should be a very entertaining match on many levels as Snitsky and Goldust team up for the very first time. And Coach, by the way, we will be showing you Triple H, John Cena, and Edge in the same ring at the same time. A little later in this program, there was a handicap match this past week on Raw.
I mean, it was one of those things where less than 24 hours after WrestleMania, we had a WrestleMania type of Raw. Now, of course, Colt Cabana and Brad J wish we were back at WrestleMania right now because these two guys are taking a punishment of a lifetime.
And let's sum up the tag team here of Snitsky and Goldust. We've got the Prince of Perv and the Foot Freak teaming up.
You think they could ever put that on the back of their tights? Will that fit?
It might.
Because I know I saw Goldust and Snitsky earlier, and they were both very, very excited.
They were.
To be tag teaming with each other.
It'll be interesting to see how their teamwork comes together. They certainly both have different agendas, but they do enjoy winning and giving out some pain in the process, which is exactly what Goldust is doing right now. Goldust now on that second rope, and here they come in bunches, right hands. Oh boy. Did he just spit on him?
Yeah, I think he either spit on him or did something else to him.
I'm not sure what it was, but oh boy, look at that. Two, no.
Man, it's certainly obvious to me that Goldust has not lost a step and that he is quicker than ever. And right now, I think that this team of Snitsky and Goldust is looking fantastic.
Look out, clear! A clothesline from off the shoulders of Goldust. And right now, Brad J. and Colt Cabana have no answers. Look at Snitsky's physique. Absolutely ripped.
Ripped, big, huge. Oh. And as nasty as he's ever been.
And now, Coach, this past week at WrestleMania, we got to hang out with all the celebrities. We got to hang out with all the superstars. But I have to say, the most interesting meeting that I'll never forget was getting to actually meet Snitsky's parents.
Well, that's the thing. And they weren't exactly... What is Snitsky trying to do? He's trying to take off the boot. Is he trying to get to the foot?
He's a foot freak, and he's taking off Colt Cabana's boot. And I don't think Snitsky's mother would approve of this behavior.
Well, she wasn't happy when she met us. said she was the head of the ugly family. I think at this point you can say she's the head of the freaky family too. I mean, this is, you are kidding me.
The foot freak, the junkie, has found his addiction. No, don't do it. Even Goldust can't believe it.
No.
Oh my God.
I think Goldust is throwing up.
Oh boy. I think Snitsky's off task here,
Well,
Snitsky. If Goldust is calling you sick, you know you got issues.
No, now Snitsky's trying to get the other boot off.
Is this still a wrestling match? I'm not sure what we have here. Goldust is about to kick a man in the crotch. Snitsky's about to lick a man's foot, and the crowd seems to be eating it up.
I think what we have is illegal in 48 states.
I don't know what to say here.
On the outside.
Oh no.
Get in there! Get in!
Goldust is looking at Snitsky going, what in the world?
Oh my! Snitsky finally gets back on task, and the freak show, let's call them, have won.
Here are your winners, Goldust and Snitsky.
That may be one of the strangest victories that I have ever seen. These two men are absolute, as you said, they're freaks. You don't know what they're doing, but at the end of the day, at the end of the match, they are successful, they are devastating, and you may be looking at a brand new, successful tag team here in the WWE.
Well, success can be defined a lot of ways, and yes, Snitsky and Goldust won, but Snitsky didn't get to lick any feet. Is he really happy? I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with these two.
What an incredible year it's been for Rey Mysterio. Rey is the biggest underdog champion in history. Let's take a look back now at Rey's road to the championship.
Uh-oh. It is time for the made man, Vito. You know, he used to wrestle in leathers. Now he's gone to the effective suit look.
Yep.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring, weighing in at 245 pounds, Vito. And weighing in at 230 pounds, Chris Guy.
Pat himself on the back. He may be the only one to do that.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Things are gonna change here in 2006 for the fly Italian guy. No. The Pavarotti of hard just to the body. The Paisan, who's got it going on?
Got the lines down.
I'm the king of the five boroughs, and I'll always be the neighborhood champ. I set my goals here in the WWE in 2006, and they're higher than ever, and I'm coming after the top and the best you got, so you can bring it on. And I've got some news for you, my friend. Step a little closer, I want you to hear this, okay? The Staten Island Express is gonna run all over your face.
Oh! Big Vito gets big nasty right away.
2008.
I know.
2006.
4 months old.
We're halfway through 2006. That was 2007.
Well, I guess he's planning on packing a lot of action in a short amount of time.
Okay, I can dig that. I mean, Chris Guy's getting the crap kicked out of him right now by Vito. That's cool.
Vito's sweating already. He's all pumped up. Nunzio, of course, yelling encouragement, following Vito around the ring.
The Staten Island Express, huh?
Yeah. Fast and furious.
You know, Vito wasting no time and just tearing apart Chris Guy.
You know, talking about people that can tear someone apart, how about the Great Khali, as we now know, stands 7'3" tall, 420 pounds, and apparently the Great Khali has his eyes set on the Undertaker.
Well, never in the legendary career of the Dead Man has he been manhandled like he was a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown.
Oh, covered by Vito following that leg drop. Count to 2, and Chris the Cable Guy able to get out.
I'll tell you what, Daivari has definitely found his man, his giant, to take out The Undertaker.
Well, The Undertaker has faced many men in his reign, and they've been bigger, maybe, perhaps stronger, powerful, but over the last 16 years, the Dead Man seems to always come out on top.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen now. I can't wait to find out. The Great Khali. Oh, and Daivari, I don't know, man.
Oh, that's a different school point, count to 2, and Vito able to get out.
Oh, Vito feels that this match is almost over.
Oh! That's ugly. And that's the match.
Here is your winner, Vito.
Nunzio getting in Chris Guy's face as well.
Well, again, Chris Guy's knocked out cold thanks to Vito and that DDT. And Vito may not be done.
Yeah, Vito ain't done. He wants a little more. Oh, and there goes Chris Guy over the rope.
Cleaning up the trash is the Staten Island Express. Vito.
Welcome to Heat. I'm Todd Grisham. I'm not by myself, ladies and gentlemen. To my left, he's back. He is the executive assistant, Jonathan Coachman.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Waxahachie, Texas, weighing 250 pounds, Trevor Murdoch.
You know, Todd Christian, I'm not going to say that you're not doing a great job, because you really are. But we've been watching, and we hate leaving you out here by yourself. I don't want you out here on an island. You don't need to do this show by yourself. So Jonathan Coachman is back, but I'm also back to evaluate the talent, see who we need to promote, see who we don't need to promote. And I like to call it quality control. And that's what Jonathan Coachman is really all about. I love my new role. It's exactly what I needed to do. Wow.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay.
But Trevor Murdoch has hit the ground running.
You know, we saw Trevor Murdoch on Raw this past week, and I got to be honest, a very confident Trevor Murdoch, and one that I particularly reported back to Mr. McMahon and said, you know, these two kids, him and Lance Cade, may have something.
Now, Lance Cade, of course, picked up a victory on Raw against Kane, the Big Red Monster. And that, of course, is because Kane was disqualified. But nevertheless, let's give him the credit where it's due.
Like I always say, you know, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story, my friend. They got the victory. Lance Cade defeats Kane at the end of the day.
Why you busting my chops, Ref?
And Trevor Murdoch, you heard asking Jack Doan, why you busting my chops? Trevor's on a roll right now, and Colt Cabana's heat so far has been very cold.
You know, and Trevor Murdoch came out here this week. It's obvious to me that he has an agenda. It's obvious to me that he has a new attitude. And that's what you need to get ahead, especially in the WWE in 2006.
Oh boy, another kick there. Finally, Colt Cabana coming to life a little bit, but it's cut off with a drop toe hold. A good one from Trevor Murdoch. And Jonathan, you know better than anyone.
That's how you do it!
This business
Apparently that is how you do it.
A lot of this business is all about how you translate to the fans, how you look on camera, how you sell yourself to the masses, and Trevor Murdoch's face tells a story every day, doesn't it?
Trevor Murdoch is never going to win a beauty contest, but he's entertaining. He shows the emotion, the drive that we all like in our WWE superstars. So when you say, do I care about Trevor Murdoch? I say, yes, I care about Trevor Murdoch. Do the fans care? There's where Trevor Murdoch needs to get to.
There's that mug I was talking about. Trevor Murdoch, full of fire and vinegar, if you will. He's intense. Oh, he's brutal. He's mean. And frankly, Coach, he just doesn't give a damn.
Well, you can't. If you want to be great, if you want to be a success, and believe me, take it from Mr. McMahon's right-hand man. If you want to be a success, you can't care about what people say about you. You can't care about what people write about you. You can only care about doing, as I like to say in the movies, doing that thing you do.
Well, speaking of Mr. McMahon, Triple H, I guess, had to kiss a little you-know-what to walk his way up the ladder this past week on Raw, and it didn't exactly happen, did it?
I would rather not talk about that. I think we're going to show everybody a little bit later on exactly what did happen. But at this point, we don't need to comment on it because we are still deciding what legal ramifications we're going to take.
Hold on, trying to get the sunset flip. Here's Colt Cabana. Pull off a big upset, but it's not to be, at least not for now, as Trevor Murdoch, a straight shot to Colt Cabana's forehead, and now more of a slap to the cheek. And Colt Cabana again up on the ropes. Oh, Trevor trying that neck breaker, but Colt wisely having a little in-ring presence, grabs the top rope and staves off that neck breaker, and now firing some rights. Nice reversal there from Murdoch, ducking the clothesline. And oh!
Trevor Murdoch isn't exactly having the easy walk in the park, so to speak, that we all thought that he would have.
Murdoch now off the ropes. Oh! Using the ropes himself, and nobody's home for that drop kick. Oh boy, a DDT! A DDT from Trevor Murdoch, and that will do it.
There is your winner, Trevor Murdoch.
I guess the summertime is starting to agree with Trevor Murdoch and Lance Kane. 2 huge wins this week. Colt Cabana, a victim, and also Kane, as you mentioned, a victim of these two guys.
Another win by
Oh, we got an awesome match for you. And how about Gunner Scott, the newcomer? He continues to make a name for himself here in the WWE.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, weighing in at 240 pounds, Gunner Scott. And in the ring, weighing in at 233 pounds, Colt Cabana.
Hey, you kind of like this guy, don't you?
Who, Gunner Scott? Yeah, Gunner Scott is an awesome competitor here on SmackDown.
No, I thought Colt Cabana I'm talking about. Colt Cabana.
I don't know.
Well, Gunner Scott rocking out. I'll tell you what, Gunner Scott, protege of Chris Benoit, and he's really shown the technique in the ring. He's a great technical wrestler.
Oh, no doubt about it. Gunner Scott has definitely studied Chris Benoit, and Gunner Scott can get it done in the ring.
Oh, cover here, and a quick one on Colt Cabana. Just a 1 count, but, you know, and who can forget Gunner Scott's first victory, and it came against the man now known as King Booker.
Now, we talk about it every time we see Gunner Scott here on Velocity. His first match defeated Booker T on SmackDown. I mean, it's a huge credit to Gunner Scott, and Gunner Scott looking to use that victory as a springboard here in the WWE.
Colt Cabana applying a side headlock to Gunner Scott right now and trying to make it work, but man, coming off the ropes with the shoulder tackle. Cabana showing a little bit of life here. Oh, nice vertical leap by Gunner Scott. Drop kick by Gunner Scott. Not bad. The cover here. Count to 1, 2, and Colt Cabana stays alive.
And Gunner Scott staying right on top of Colt Cabana. Headlock takeover there by Gunner Scott.
Keeping it locked in as well. Cabana trying to reach, trying to grab that hair to no avail. Gunner Scott off the ropes with a big shoulder tackle. How about one more time? Off those ropes. I don't know what that's called, but Cabana, the man in pink, gets caught.
Well, Cabana was going for the same maneuver that Gunner Scott pulled off just moments ago, but to no avail. Gunner Scott knows how to apply moves, and he knows how to counter moves as well.
Pink with stars. You like that outfit, don't you? Nope. We talked a little bit earlier about WWE versus ECW head-to-head. Oh, as Gunner Scott gets taken off that top rope. Speaking about ECW, things get a little personal at head-to-head. You see Lawler and Taz going at each other?
That happened at head-to-head, but Jerry the King Lawler and Taz will be going one-on-one at ECW One Night Stand. Taz coming out of retirement, and the human suplex machine has one goal in mind, and that's to make Jerry the King Lawler tap out.
Well, the biggest surprise is we found out on SmackDown that Taz is going back to his roots permanently, returning to ECW.
Yeah, I don't know how big of a surprise it actually is. I mean, Taz came from ECW. Taz says he's going home to ECW. So, I mean, was I surprised? Yes. But was I shocked? Not really.
Well, you know, you're one of those guys that's in the know.
That's
You
true.
know, so to you maybe it's not a big shock. And speaking of big, how about this? The Big Show also joining ECW.
Well, we found that out at ECW versus WWE head-to-head. The Big Show in that 20-man battle royal, ripping off his Raw shirt to show an ECW shirt underneath. And now the 7-foot, 500-pounder is the biggest athlete on the world on ECW's roster.
Boy, Colt Cabana absorbing that back suplex by Gunner Scott. Gunner Scott working his way back to his feet. And I don't know, Colt Cabana tries the big right hand, gets caught, gets blocked again. Gunner Scott with the counter.
And we talk about people going to ECW. There's one man who is staying right where he belongs on SmackDown.
And that is one Rey Mysterio has set the record straight. And Rey let all the SmackDown fans know he has no intention of leaving SmackDown, but you still have to wonder who might be leaving to ECW.
We'll have to find out, but Rey Mysterio staying where he belongs, like I said, on SmackDown.
Gunner Scott, the German suplex right out of the book of Chris Benoit. The cover here, count to 2. Colt Cabana stays alive.
And a great German suplex there by Gunner Scott. You can see Colt Cabana showing some resistance, but Gunner Scott said, and just snatched Colt Cabana up.
Cabana with a cheap shot to Gunner Scott, and that has affected Scott. Oh, tried that delayed vertical suplex. It did not work. Gunner Scott takes advantage, almost rolls Cabana up. Well, Cabana staggered and now trying to find his whip. As Gunner Scott taking control of this match. Gunner Scott gets caught.
Well, Gunner Scott came in there full force and got caught. And Colt Cabana just got suplexed out of his boots.
Belly to belly suplex to the cover. That's it.
Here's your winner, Gunner Scott.
You can see the influences of Chris Benoit on one Gunner Scott, and he executes perfectly.
Every time Gunner Scott gets in the ring, I'm sure there are a lot of people who get more and more impressed with this young man's ability, this superstar's ability. Gunner Scott on a roll.
What a way to kick off heat with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Welcome to the show. I'm Todd Grisham. Jonathan Coachman is here. He's a battered man, but you push through the pain, and I appreciate it.
And you bring it up one more time, you may have a black eye too.
Football. Introducing first, from Queens, New York, weighing 270 pounds, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
And don't scream like everybody else and give me a headache.
Green Bay, Wisconsin, weighing 240 pounds, Colt Cabana.
And by the way, as Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Colt Cabana get ready to kick this thing off, we've got a new ring announcer here on Heat tonight, and his name...
It doesn't matter what his name is. He's giving me a headache too. Just shut up and do the show. I can't even believe I have to be here this week. Oh, nothing. Shut up, Hacksaw. You're giving me a headache.
Of course, John and the Coachman in a bad mood after that huge main event on Raw this past week. All kinds of chaos has ensued. We'll talk about it throughout the show, but right now it's all about Colt Cabana and the Hacksaw. One of those big clotheslines, and the veteran lands them to perfection.
You know, I will say this, even though Hacksaw Jim Duggan, in my opinion, much like a lot of guys that have shown up on Raw recently, past his prime, he can still seem to get the crowd going.
After a couple of special editions of Heat over the past couple of weeks, we're back to our bread and butter. This episode, 3 big matches for you.
Look out, camera.
Whoa! Nobody's safe.
Now Hacksaw's directing the show too.
You know,
I'd love to see an upset this week. I'd love to see Colt Cabana shove this entire crowd. I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear. Again, Hacksaw has to interrupt me. which I hate.
You know, you talked about upsets. Did you see how upset Eugene got this past week when Hacksaw said, hey, we need a little fire out of you, Eugene?
Well, he got a little fire, and I don't think Hacksaw really realized what he was getting himself into. I don't think Eugene realized also what he was doing, though, because Umaga absolutely beat the tar out of it.
Well, Eugene has always been happy-go-lucky. I know you don't appreciate his in-ring style.
Never have.
We may see a new side of Eugene, a scarier, meaner, more vicious side.
I don't know, but if last week is any indication, you might be right. And that's a rare occasion.
Oh, Hacksaw, who had all the momentum, just got shut down there by Colt Cabana, who says, thumbs up, no. And a cover here from Colt to kick out from the man wearing blue. And again, another.
You know, it was interesting that we had such a milestone edition of Raw in Chicago this past week, because earlier this year, of course, we were there for WrestleMania. No good things seem to happen when we go to Chicago.
And not to bring up the Shawn Michaels incident where he super kicked you last week, but I want to give you some props here. Ever since you've been the executive assistant, we sold out Chicago.
Thank you.
We sold out the Staples Center.
You're welcome.
You're putting some pretty good matches together.
That's what I do.
What do you have in store for us this week on Raw?
I can't tell you. I'm just hoping to get there in one piece, okay?
Give us a little hit. Is K-Fed going to be back? What? Give us something.
K-Fed. K-Fed's lucky King Booker and Big Show are around. We're going to show everybody that a little bit.
Well, I know you've got to be a little bit concerned about the Champion of Champions match. Your champion, our champion, John Cena's title, could be on the line at Cyber Sunday.
Well, right now, Hacksaw Jim Duggan's life in this match is on the line as well. We'll talk all about Cyber Sunday, which I can't wait to get to Cincinnati.
Hacksaw trying to use this crowd to get some support. He's up on one leg trying to get that vertical base, and there it is. And that's not a good thing for Colt Cabana.
Vertical base. I haven't heard you say that in a while.
Well, I haven't been there.
I've actually kind of enjoyed it, not hearing you say that in a while. And right now, Colt Cabana strutting out. You know, maybe if his outfit was a little bit better, I might enjoy him.
Well, if you like pina coladas, you might like Colt Cabana. Ooh. And I don't understand why someone new to Raw or to Heat like Colt Cabana is trying to make an impression.
Get off my back!
Well, you like the fact that he's not intimidated. You like the fact that there's a little bit of an attitude there. You need to have an edge to make it in the WWE, especially at this level.
But don't you have to be smart? You don't allow Hacksaw Jim Duggan to get his second win.
You're here. You know, you're making me feel better. You really are. Except this continues. Oh, there you go. You turn your head around, you lose your concentration, lose your focus, like Hacksaw just did, and that's what happens.
So Colt Cabana once again trying to get the upper hand in our opening contest here on Heat. That's not a good thing. A body slam from the big fella. And look out. He's going down into the stance, coach.
It is football season.
No one hits him harder than Hacksaw.
Here is the winner, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Were you impressed? Did you like what you saw?
I got to say that I am. I don't want to admit it, but I got to say that I am. And it's good to see that Hacksaw is okay after that mix-up he had with Eugene.
Well, he's still got his 2x4, he's still got his thumb, and he's still got his smile.